Hi guys, how are you? I hope everybody is doing fine in this start of the summer. Here in Madrid, we are full on with the summer. It's very hot. We are now I think between 33 and 37 degrees the whole week, so that's what about 90 to 100 Fahrenheit. So very hot. At least for me, it's very hot. So I'm trying to hide under the AC, and in this Sunday afternoon, I'm going to try to make a small video guide about how to build a team for the Hydra. Mm. Some of you have requested that, and the reason why building a Hydra team is so difficult is, well, one of the reasons is that there are actually six different rotations for the Hydra fight, and in each rotation, the affinities for the heads are different, and the starting position of the heads is also different. So, what makes one team work very well in one rotation, it may not make it work in the next one if some key champions are weak hitting and therefore not applying certain debuffs, and everything goes south very quickly. So before we jump in into making the team, I think it's very important to know your enemy, to go a little bit over the different heads, what they do, how they do it, and more importantly, how to counter it. So I think that the best way to do this is to just go in a fight and try to talk a little bit about the heads and what they're doing and how they're doing. Um, so let's start in the normal difficulty. Because it's just easy to kill the heads if I have to try to get the new ones. We're in rotation 4. We have the starting position of the head of decay, head of blight, which is the poison cloud, then we have a mischief, and the head of wrath. Um, Head of decay is usually pain in the neck because it's cleaning all your debuffs and therefore is making the fight a lot harder. It has two abilities. On the first one, it will just wipe out all your debuffs, and on the second one, it will target the head with the lowest HP in the fight, and it will remove the debuffs, and then it will apply one big shield. It's also going to destroy a little bit your HP up to 25% when you heal. The only way to counter this head is by applying provoke. This is the only head that can be provoked. So we are going to write in our spreadsheet that we need to bring a provoker, and this way you can stop from the head of decay from doing its abilities. Second head is the head of blight, the poison cloud head, and what it's doing is applying one special debuff, a special buff called the poison cloud, which is going to make all your champions weak hit. And when you weak hit, you cannot apply any debuffs, and also you are going to do very little damage. Then the second ability is just going to apply some poisons and is going to do some damage, and it's not that much important. The nasty one is the first one. How to counter this head? The best thing that you can do is to bring some block buffs. It is also possible to counter this head by bringing an HP burner. If the heads have they are under HP burn, then the weak hit will not happen. It will be as if the poison cloud is not there. So, but the problem is that if this head cleanses the HP burn and the poison cloud is still there, then you will start weak hitting. So overall, the best thing is that you bring block buffs because it's also going to help with the other heads, as you will see in a moment. The third one is the head of mischief, and this is the one that is stealing your buffs and then is spreading the buffs. So with the first ability, is just the A1 is just stealing the buffs. It will target the champion with the most buffs. It doesn't matter which buffs are they. It's based on the number of buffs. Like for example, right now everybody has just one, so I don't know who it will target. I think it's random, but if there are different number of buffs, then it will target always the one with the most. And then with the A2, it will spread the buffs. So the best thing that you can do, or the safest thing that you can do, is again to bring one block buff champion, so that even though it steals your buffs, then she will not get it. So therefore, she will not be able to spread it. It is true that with this tactic, you will lose your buffs, and also you will lose your turn meter. You will steal the turn meter as well. But at least you won't have the problem of having all the heads loaded um, with your buffs. The second thing that you can do is to bring some high resistance champions. If you want to bring just one champion with high resistance, then you have to make sure that this champion will have the most buffs all the time. How to do this is pretty tricky. You have to rely on champions that they are applying, they are self-buffing basically. Um, like sometimes you have, for example, Oboros is placing Veil, and she's placing increase crit rate and crit damage. So she will have three unique buffs that the rest of the team won't have. And therefore you can make her with high resistance and make sure that the head of mischief will always try to hit this champion. Also helps if this mischief target has the lowest HP, sorry, the lowest speed, so that she doesn't outrun the buffs. If she has the highest HP, she's taking a lot more turns, and she will run out of buffs before the other guys. So again, block buffs, very, very useful, or high resistance. Or also you can bring some decrease accuracy. The decrease accuracy or increase resistance is going to help with this head. The fourth head is the head of wrath, and this is the nuker. What is doing this head is provoking you, but this is also not super nasty. I mean, you get your guys provoke. What is going to make is that uh, she will make herself the target, and see if I hit her, you will see that the counter here is appearing here, and once this counter reaches 15, she is going to place some buffs on herself and is going to counterattack. These buffs are going to be reflect damage, I believe block debuffs, and I am not sure if she's placing also increased attack. With the A2, it is for sure applying increased attack, and you want to avoid this because it's going to hit very, very hard. So again, your block buffs champion is a very key role to do this. Also, very important for this head is to bring somebody who can apply decrease attack. It's going to make this head much easier to survive. What else do we have? Now I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to try to get the other two heads on screen so we can talk about them. So I kill a few heads, and now we have the fifth head, which is the head of suffering. This head is the tanky head. It has the highest resistance, the highest defense, and it is at the beginning of the fight not a very crucial head, but at the end of the fight is the one that usually mm, kills your team. And this is because it has one ability that grants an extra turn. So when this head devours one of the champions, if it takes a turn, it's actually taking 2 turns and your champion is never coming back. Mm. Other than that, if you are bringing some very heavy hitters or some HP nukers, with this ability is applying itself reflect damage, and sometimes your champions they just kill themselves with the reflect damage. I'm going to hit auto here and see if we get the other head. So again, the block buff debuff is very important. I think is one of the most important things that you want to bring in your team. The other things you can more or less survive or go around it. But if you have to start in the place, I will start bringing a good champion that has block buffs. We didn't get a very we didn't get very lucky because the other head has not show up. So I'll pause the video again and I'll be back. So it took a while, but we finally got the head of torment out there, which is um, the last head remaining. This one has a very easy to understand kit, but at the same time a very troublesome for the fight. Basically, every time you attack this head in any form, is going to fear your champion. It doesn't matter, like for example now Skrank has block debuff. It doesn't matter. It's going to bypass that, and you are going to get uh, some true fear, and then it's a 50-50 chance that you will lose your turn, but also that the skill will go in cooldown. So yeah, you have to find a way to deal with this, or you are going to lose many turns. There are two different ways to deal with this. Either you bring some veil or perfect veil. This, as you can see, let's see if Elva is going to take a turn, and we will see that everybody's getting fear, but Elva has a perfect veil, and if Elva hits, then she is not getting the fear. So this is the hard way to counter the head of torment. The easy way is to bring Inquisitor Shamael, which is like the cheat code for this head, because he has a passive that will counter this head completely. So when we go to our spread sheet, we are going to put here torment counter, or a way to deal with it. And I think we have gone over the basic things that all the heads are doing. I forgot to mention regarding the head of mischief. It has a passive for which, if it doesn't have a hex debuff on itself, then you have a 75% chance that you will fail the target. So you will target this head, but the attack will go somewhere else. This is worth noticing because if it devours one of your champions and you don't have the hex debuff applied, then it's going to be kind of difficult to hit it to get your champion back. So another key debuff is going to be, I'm going to put it here at the beginning, insert to the left, hex. No, not that. Hex. Those are pretty much the main abilities. Then there are some little things here and there, as I said, but for a full auto team, we are going to kind of ignore them. Now, if this was the only thing that you have to bring, then it will be very easy to make a team. But you are going to want to bring many other things. When it comes to debuffs, then you are going to want some sort of decreased defense, and if possible, some weaken. This is going to help with your overall damage. Um, what else? Very important, you are going to want some decreased speed. Um, then for your buffs, it's very nice if you have some increased attack, some increased defense, some strengthen, some increased speed. What else can bring? You can also bring some increased accuracy, although this is not super important. Then you want some sort of healing. You want some revive. Um, what else do we want? Um, some buff extender is very nice. Some ally attack is very nice. So as you can see, the list goes um, on and on and on and on and on. In the end, it's very difficult to put a team together that can do all these things. Most likely, you won't be able to hit all these roles. And well, let me just show you the table that I use, which is this one here. Um, so it's very difficult to bring all this stuff. So you're going to have to make a compromise, try to minimize the impact of not having a provoker, or perhaps you couldn't bring a decreased attack, so you have to be very tanky champions, or yeah, the ally attack is very nice, but it's a luxury that you cannot afford because you don't have the right champions. Yeah. But overall, this would be the stuff that you should consider at least. So next, once you have this thing more or less clear, which by the way I will try to link to the video, although I don't know how to do it, so I can't promise, but otherwise I can drop it in Discord and you can get it from there. Um, so once you have your planner, then yeah, how do you build a team? Um, I always start by picking a champion that I want to use and try to make a team around it. Like for example, I I recently got a 6-star blessing for Wuhi, and I want to try her on Hydra. I think she has a good a good kit for Hydra, and oops, and I would like to test it out. So then you will have to start taking roles in your planner and see what you need and what can you bring. So let's say if I want to bring my Wuhi as a first champion, what is he doing? Well, with this A1, she is placing weekend. Okay, so we can come to our weekend and okay, I have that role covered. Then what else is he doing? C is placing block buffs. However, this will be 55, 60, 65, 75, 80 with the mastery. This is not going to be very consistent. She is also not void. So if I can help it, I won't rely 100% on her um, for the job. So, but anyway, we have some block buffs. And what else? Then she's going to place on herself some perfect veil and some counterattack. These are two specific buffs that only she is going to have. And so she is going to be, I'll say, naturally, most of the time, the mischief target. Because whatever buff you put on the team, she will have those buffs and these two. So when I'm going to build Wuhi, I will try to put her with a lot of resistance because the mischief target is going to try to the buffs from her all the time. Now, in addition to this, uh, she has a passive that um, when she counterattacks with this buff, she's going to hit every head instead of just one. So I'm going to use her also as my damage dealer. It is important that you are bringing at least two damage dealers, if possible three, but at least two to the fight, because when she gets the power, if there is nobody else doing damage, then you will not be able to free her, and then your run will fail. Okay, so I have three roles, and I have a lot of ground to cover. As I said, one of the big things is to counter the Head of Torment. So for this, if you have one, the best in slot is to bring some Inquisitor Shamael, which is going to counter the Head of Torment, and it is also going to bring some damage. One thing that most people don't think about when considering Shamael, most people only see him as a torment counter. But there is a second part to the passive, which is that he is giving 15% turn meter to the leader every time there is a fear in the team. So if the torment fears one champion, he will remove it and give 15% turn meter to the leader. So this is a lot of turn meter. And that's why I like Shamael so much, because your team becomes very, very fast. Okay, what else? We should bring some Hexer and some Provoker. However, these two are some roles that you can cover with equipment. If there is no space in your team for these roles, then you can try to gear some guys with this equipment. So for the moment, I'm going to try to bring the Provoker because it is my gear is not so good. I have pretty good Hex gear, Curse gear, so I'm going to look for a nice Provoker. And I just decided that I'm going to try to make the team with only epic champions. So let's say I'm going to click on my epics and I'm going to go to my debuffs and I'm going to look for provoke and see what do I have. And let's see if I have something on my vault. And these are the guys that I have. Jisoo is super nice poker, very underrated, but it is for manual play because it's not an AoE provoker, it's just a single target. So for this video, I'm not going to use it. Then this card comes to my mind because, well, he has an AoE provoke ability. Although it's not 100%, it's a 50% chance, 60, 70, 75%. Not the best, but um, it's an AoE provoker, and I don't have within my epics anybody better than him. In addition to this, he's bringing some nice buffs for my team: increase attack and increase defense, and provoker. So, and in addition to this, he has a 6-star blessing. So nice stats to keep him alive. So we are going to put here this card, which is going to be a provoker, and it's also bringing increase defense. Is he doing anything else? Decrease attack. Well, not very good one because it's single target, but we will put it here as well. Okay. What else? We need, as I said, I don't want to rely on Wuhi for the block buffs. As a Nick, Hugo is a top tier for this, and he's bringing block buffs. He is bringing some decreased defense. He is bringing some, or she, I should be saying, some healing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. What else? I need, as you can see, I have only 2 spots left, and I would like to bring many more things. Very, very important is to bring decreased speed and increase speed. So another champion that I've never tried but that I want to try is Lady Annabelle, that I have gear for my Bomal team, so I will have to re-gear her. But Lady Annabelle is bringing Leech and decrease speed and this ability. So Lady Annabelle is bringing some decreased speed and is bringing some healing in the form of Leech. And with the other ability is placing increased speed on my guys, which is also very nice. As you can see, the team is nearly completed. One spot is left, and we have lots of stuff to bring. Then what would we want to bring? I don't think I can bring any decreased accuracy champion because I still need to bring some more damage. I will not be able. I could bring an ally attacker in the form of Farakin the Fat, but I think I want to bring some reviver. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use Godseeker, which she is going to give me extend buffs, the revive, and the healing, right? And I don't know if she's doing also some buff reduction. Let me see. With this one, decreases the duration of all buffs, so kind of a buff stripper as well, just in case. Alright, and as you can see, I don't have any H burner, I don't have a lot of damage, I don't have an ally attack, I don't have an increased accuracy, I don't have a strengthen, I would love to have a strengthen, I don't have shields, but the most important roles are covered, with the exception of the hex. I need some hexers. So I'm going to have to gear some guys with curse set. Yeah, I am going to now stop the video and I'm going to put some gear on my champions and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so I'm back. I have put some gear on the team. Let me show you a little bit. I build them on the tag number 3, and I'm missing one. One of the guys is not here. Why is not here? Wait. Okay. No, this is the thing. So Wuhi, as I intended, she's going to be the damage dealer. Let's see how she performs. She is a little bit slow because the damage is going to come from the counterattacks. So I don't really care if she's taking many turns or not. Um, so yeah, 100% crit rate, crit damage, 9 piece merciless. Let's see how she's going to do. I don't know. I've never tried. Lady Annabelle, I put it on the course set because I don't have any dedicated hexer. And then a little bit of speed, and yeah, I put it in 100% crit rate and a little bit crit damage, but she's not in an attack build. She's just there to survive and support. This card I put in 4 pieces of Relentless to try to cycle back to the Provoke ability and also a little bit fast. He will be leading the squad so that Shamael is going to further boost his turn meter, so I want him to take as many turns as possible. And then a little bit of a tanky build with 4 and something thousand defense and close to 50,000 HP. Godseeker is going to be the secondary hexer with another corset set, and not as fast as I would like to, but what to do? A little bit of damage into her. Shamael is fulfilling his 2 roles to cancel the Head of Torment and to do some damage. And Ugo, I have her in my favorite build with Affinity Breaker, and yeah, a little bit of everything, a little bit of damage, a little bit of survivability, decent speed. Let's test the team. We are going to go in normal difficulty, and I have set up the presets for the team. Giscard is going to prioritize the provoke, then increase attack and defense. Shamael is going to do his own thing. Ugo is going to prioritize the block buffs. Lady Annabelle is going to prioritize the increased speed and then the decreased speed and leech. Buhi is going to do her move with the perfect veil and counterattack, and Godseeker Neri is going to prioritize the revive, although I hope she doesn't get to use it much, and then the healing. However, I'm going to tell her to start with the A1 because she is faster than Wuhi, and I want Wuhi to make her move, and then Aniri to extend the buffs. So let's take a look. Now we need a little bit of a good start because Giscard needs to place his provoke, and it's only 75% chance. So if he doesn't do it, we will restart. Okay, he did it, and um, we have the block buffs from Ugo, counter attack, and everything seems to be working okay. So let's run it for a few turns, and if everything is looking kind of okay, then I will pause the video and I will let it run and show you the final result. I don't intend to make you watch a 1 hour Hydra run just to see the result, but as you can see, Wuhi is doing a little bit of damage, not as much as I thought she would, but she's counterattacking, making about 200k per hit, a little bit more on the decapitated head. Uh, but yeah, not too bad for a bunch of epics. Um, they are in good gear, but they are epics nevertheless. And yeah, they are not the ideal solution for for this fight because they don't deal a lot of damage. So yeah, you really want to bring the good Legos to deal some damage. One thing I didn't mention before is that you should use the enemy max HP nukers on the higher difficulties. If you bring here your Nut, is not going to do a lot of damage because on normal difficulty and hard difficulty, the heads don't have a very big HP pool. And so I would shave those champions for brutal and nightmare. So they do better. But this is okay. I mean, it's not the strongest of the teams, but we're about 1 million per turn, so that's okay. So anyway, I'll pause it here and I'll come back in half an hour or so. Okay, so I just paused the fight because as you are going to see now, the run is going to fail. Buhi got the Bower, and at the same time, the uh, head of the K clean all the debuffs, and then the other one put the Poison Cloud, and there is no way to free Buhi right now, so is going to I'm going to lose her, and therefore the run will fail. But it's not a really bad result. I mean, it's already 120 million, which was bad RNG because I think that the team was performing pretty well. I haven't seen anybody dying in the whole time, which means that they can probably go over double the damage. Yeah, however, as I said, the Hydra is an RNG fest. It really depends on which heads are respawning when you chop them off and so on. And sometimes you are lucky, and sometimes you are very unlucky. But now I've lost all the damage. So, but anyway, for the test is good. We can end the battle here, and then we can see the results. We have Wuhi with 31 million, which is not as good as I thought she would be.
Sorry guys, I must apologize. While I was recording the video, my hard disk got full and I didn't realize, so it stopped recording. But anyway, on the last frame you can see the results of the fight. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit more from Wuhi, but I guess it's not that good. If I wanted to make some changes or some tests with this team, I will try to remove Ugo from the team and see if Wuhi can sustain the block debuffs well enough. And in place of Ugo, I will bring another DPS, and maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. But that's one thing that I could try. Also, I run the team on hard difficulty. This was a full auto run without touching anything, and they did pretty well, nearly 100 million. The run failed because of the same reason as in easy. At some point, Buhi got devoured, and I couldn't get it back. So yeah, I stopped the fight at that point. And lastly, I ran the team on brutal difficulty, and you can see that even though they managed to one key the fight, the run was only 9 minutes. And this time the run failed not because Wuhi got devoured, but because the guys start dying. And once God Seeker nearly dies, then there is no reviver. The reason why they start dying so soon is because I don't have a consistent decrease attack for this fight. And once you step into brutal and nightmare difficulties, it's very important to bring a decrease attack because the Head of Wrath starts hitting really, really hard. Anyway, I think this is it. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. And yeah, I hope you like the video, and until next time, bye.